Hello, Registeel video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Great League Remix Cup, and guess who's back again? We're going to take a look here at the Skarmory. This kinda a team that I stole from an opponent I had before at Normalheim, where they were running Galate core together with the Skarmory, and I was like, why would you ever want to run Skarmory? And honestly, Skarmory in the current meta is a very funny one. You're gonna see it here today as well. Skarmory has a lot of potential against all of those mod type users. This Pokemon is really good in the current meta, and it is going to be definitely a very cool Pokemon to use. For example, now the opponent has a ton of energy on the Donphan. Have fun against the Skarmory. The bulk didn't change. Yes, the fast move is worse. Yes, the charge moves are worse. But still, this Pokemon is going to be able to just resist all those mod slap users, and this is the main benefit of this Pokemon. And honestly, it was a lot of fun to play. I actually don't know if they want run with Qwilfish here as well. Qwilfish is going to be the best kind of Pokemon together with the lead of Galate apparently, but yeah, I just never even saw the Pokemon from the opponent that I stole the team from, so I don't even know. Anyway, move on to the next opponent. We're going to encounter Registeel and Elite, which is going to be great. One thing I have to say here as well. You're going to see quite some more neutral gameplay here in terms of we're going to not go like crazy positive. I lost 2 of the battles here today down to lag from Niantic, where I don't know why, but since the league changed basically, there were so many times where 1 turn fast moves or whatever take 2 turns, or like I just generally just lose like 1 turn completely randomly in between, which does not make any sense at all, which should not happen at all, and it's just very annoying. It definitely cost me at least 2 games here in today's video, which is annoying. You're going to see it. I don't know if it's too obvious as well for me to commentate over as well with like the sped up gameplay, but there were like several occasions there as well where I'm going to lose battles, mainly just because Niantic screws up my timing, and that is just really, I don't know, annoying. It's like literally just something that happened last evening several times already in the video yesterday as well with Morpeko. And I don't know what is going on there, but hopefully it's a little bit better today. I haven't done any battles today yet, but yeah, definitely something that was a little bit annoying. Here we see already again what Skarmory can do. So one more thing as well, which was a little bit annoying for the team is, yeah, Drifblim was apparently there now. I would imagine that Drifblim might go down in usage because of Morpeko being released, but also Morpeko can be a little bit tricky for this team to deal with. I guess you're going to have a little bit of pressure here with Qwilfish and the Awkward here, which is okay. You're going to have fast pressure with your lead as well, which is okay. But Morpeko can definitely be a little bit of a problem for this team. Not all the time, but sometimes. But yeah, there were definitely a lot of times here today where the fast move timing of me was not ideal, and that was not even my fault. Here everything is totally okay, of course. I can let the move go through. It's going to be a Mud Bomb. Kinda unfortunate that we got the 30% chance of getting debuffed from the Scald, which actually really impacts us here as well, because the opponent would have been farmed down by our Psycho Cut already previously, but also we would have done more damage against the opponent's Drifblim here, making this matchup a little bit easier for us to deal with for the Skarmory, and now we are going to be in a little bit of a tough spot. It takes ages for Skarmory to get to the charge moves, by the way, where I would even maybe imagine that the Flash Cannon might be a little bit better on this Pokemon now, as Sky Attack feels like kinda obsolete, I have to say. I feel like Brave Bird, like that the same amount of energy, Brave Bird and the Sky Attack, and like honestly, I feel like it's not really working too well with both of those moves together. Anyway, after this loss, we're going to encounter a lead that is quite decent for us, right? Kinda. Like, we're going to have Magnezone here against us as an elite, which is a Pokemon that we can definitely deal with, and they have to be scared of our potential of close combat. But if you take a look at our backline, you're going to see already we're going to have a very difficult time with that one, and we're going to have to try to basically get some damage onto them here, as we will see the Leaf Blade coming through, and we can go for another Leaf Blade afterwards, so we're going to be able to get them quite low, which is really good for us. But it's not going to be enough to knock them out yet. But they swap out into their Alolan Ninetails, allowing us to get a ton of energy. I'm a little bit scared of Psyshock, and so what I do here is I'm going to get them a little bit lower. I can now swap out into the Qwilfish, farm them all the way down. Now I just need one more fast move to get to another Awkward here, but they swap out into the Venusaur, showcasing again that they're very weak in the back here against our lead of, or like our Pokemon in the back there of this Skarmory. Skarmory is so strong in the current meta. We can let the move go through. We're very close to a move as well with a Skarmory, and so we're going to be able to win this battle here quite easily. Next opponent, my champion lead is going to be a great lead for us. So let's see what they're going to swap out into. They're going to swap out into the Drifblim. Drifblim definitely increased a lot. Like I did actually one set before I did this team here with a team that should work out, but did not really work out, and I didn't see a single Drifblim And then I changed my team to this one because I kind of didn't really know what I wanted to run otherwise. And Drifblim was like everywhere, so I don't know. Like it's still definitely a Pokemon that you can deal with here, as we're gonna see as well. We're going to be able to get them really low. We can go for the full farm on here as well, and we end up with a Brave Bird start, which is going to be great. We can go for a Sky Tag, which actually got a damage boost at least, while also an energy boost. A damage boost is going to allow us to knock them out straight away. And they're going to go now into the Golurk, which here is, by the way, one of the battles which I lose because of some lag or whatever. We're going to see it here right now. The opponent's going to be able to knock me out, but now take a look at the matchup of Qwilfish against the opponent's Golurk. I swap into my Qwilfish now, I just have to get 4 fast moves in, and the opponent goes for 2 fast moves, which should allow me to get a free fast move in, as it's like basically 2 times 3 turn, which is 6 turns, and I would be able to get a free fast move in for that. And I didn't get this one in, I literally just got only 3 fast moves instead of 4 fast moves, and I would have been able to get to an Awkward Tail if I got the fast moves in there. I should be able to get in there, and sadly I'm going to lose because the game just didn't want me to get those moves in. It's just annoying if you lose like to game issue compared to like your own fault, because like I definitely would have won the game that we just saw, and it is really, really annoying. Just if like I would have got the fast moves in that I was supposed to get in, but again, it is the game that we're playing right now. Honestly, like there was not really a lot of issues last week, which I feel like maybe could have been also down to a lower percentage of people actually playing, because we had two horrible cups, but I barely had any lag at all during those cups, and now like starting with like 2 very good cups, or the Halloween Cup, which you maybe saw the video already earlier on, or you're most likely gonna see a video later on as well on the channel, so definitely stay tuned, subscribe, leave a like. But yeah, definitely it feels like definitely way laggier than before. Anyway, we're going to be able to go into our Qwilfish here, go for an Awkward Tail. It is not really an ideal matchup for us either, because of course we're going to be forced to go for a charge move. We're not going to be able to align ourselves. But in comes now the Bastiodon. Bastiodon is going to be a Pokemon that we can still deal with our Pokemon that we have here left as well. I can go for a bait with my own Galate and get the shield from the opponent just to get walled by the Whimsicott. And honestly, I do feel like that Bastiodon has quite a lot of play in this meta as well, which you're very likely going to see on this channel eventually as well again. Bastiodon, I have already a team in mind that I kind of want to run around this Pokemon, so definitely stay tuned for that one. Anyway, we're going to see here that we're going to still try our best. We have to kind of fully farm them down in order to have a chance against the Bastiodon, but sadly they do a little bit too much damage for us, and so we're sadly going to go down. Next opponent, Morpeko, and this is going to be of course one that's going to be a little bit difficult to deal with, because yeah, if they play it correctly, I don't think there's actually a way of them losing this battle now, but they're not always going to play it correctly, and that's what we're going to see as well. The opponent decides to go for the Psychic Fangs. It's actually the correct play, sadly, for them, because now they're going to be in a spot where they are going to be able to force alignment if they want to, but I decided to let the move go through, hoping for another Psychic Fangs. It is a Psychic Fang, and like this, we're going to be able to at least get the shield advantage against the opponent, which is going to be huge. As we will see here, we can go into our Qwilfish. We have to basically take a hit there, but also because we just went for the charge move, I think we should have been able to see Peter here, which we are not able to. No, we are able to. Okay, that's totally fine. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. And as we will see here, the opponent goes very, very low. They swap out into the Sableye, which is actually okay for us as well, because we can go for the Awkward Tail spam. They are forced to go for a charge move quite early here as well, which they kinda miss as well, which allows us to go for the knockout. This is going to be lovely for us, as now they're gonna be in range where I can even catch the move onto our Galate, which is a lovely, as this is going to be basically a free shield. We can swap out into the Qwilfish, fully farm them down, and they decide to forfeit already. Next opponent, we're going to have a horrible lead for us. Clefable in the lead. We're going to swap out here basically into the Qwilfish. Everything is right. I think that was also one of the battles that are going to be decided by some drops, but I'm not too sure about it. Definitely a little bit of an issue for this team are Ghost type Pokemon, I have to say, if they're not Golurk. Golurk is very easy for this team to deal with. You have coverage on every Pokemon, / you're going to be able to resist the fast move on the Skarmory in the back. But Cofagrigus can be a little bit tricky sometimes, so let's see on how we can deal with it. We're gonna see here already that the opponent is gonna be able to still go for another charge move against our Skarmory, which is not really ideal. We're gonna use a shield. It is going to be a Shadow Ball, and let's see what is going to happen next. The opponent swaps out into a Gligar, and this means they're going to be double weak to Skarmory, and this is like a common theme in this meta right now. Skarmory is just such a strong Pokemon to run. Like literally, you have to try this Pokemon out. It is so good right now again, which is hilarious because like again, like everybody thought this Pokemon would be completely unusable, but is not. And so we can go for a Sky Attack here against the opponent's Clefable, and we should be kind of in a still decent spot. Let's see, Moonblast coming through, all fine. We can go for the what's called the Sky Attack, get the shield from the opponent. I still have to get another shield from them though, in order to still have a chance of winning the battle. But as I'm going to be able to go for the Moonblast here just in time, we're going to be forced to go for the full farm down with the Gallade, and we need 2 more Fast Moves to go for a back-to-back Leaf Blade, which is going to work out great for us. As Wing Attack also got nerfed for the Gligar, we are going to be in a spot where we're going to be able to outspeed them, knock them out, and win the battle. So, next opponent. We still should have one battle maybe left where I lose because of lag or something like this, but we're gonna find that out shortly. We're going to have the Dragonite in the lead. If you go for a close combat, you just get a guaranteed shield in the beginning, which I kinda like to have, as now we can swap out into the Quillfish. We got like a free fast move in there as well. We still decide to use a shield against the opponent as they're going to swap out soon as well into their Tentacruel. Well played there, catching that Ice Beam onto the Tentacruel while getting as much energy as possible onto their other Pokemon. But again, Tentacruel would be, for example, a Pokemon as well, where the Skarmory has a lot of potential against, and that is going to be great. We're gonna still get to some Awkward Tails here to get them low, which is very good for us as well. They're still forced to go for a charge move against us. We're gonna see here now, if we would hit another Awkward Tail, the opponent would go down. So they're gonna go for the Acid Spray against us here, knocking us out. We can swap back into our Gallade, trying to get as much energy as possible, as I will be able to end up with basically one close combat stored. As I swap out into the Dragonite, we can try our best to go for the full farm down. We still have a charge move stored in the back for us. So they decide to go for the superpower, do a lot of damage. I can farm them down though. They have one Pokemon that's nearly dead. They're going to have a Weezing here in the back, and we decide to go for a Brave Bird. We have to hope that this is going to land because sadly the charge moves are double resisted and single resisted from our Gallade, and so sadly, while usually a lot of Pokemon are getting knocked out by either Leaf Blade or Close Combat, it's not the case for this Pokemon here. And so sadly we're going to go down here fair and square. So let's move on to the next opponent. Togetic. That is going to be interesting. I think maybe this was actually the matchup. I know that it was against, I think, a Swampert it was against, but I'm not too sure about it. Let's find out here. Anyway, the opponent is going to decide to go for the areas. Exactly, it's going to be the Swampert here. There's going to be, again, a matchup where I definitely get screwed over by Niantic. There's no reason for me to use a shield here. I know that my only real win con here is to go into the Gallade and try to go for a charge move. And as you guys see here, I'm one fast move delayed. I try to go for my Leaf Blade, and you see I don't even get a free fast move in. And this is going to completely change everything because I tried to CMP tie, of course, as I know that I win the CMP tie. I was not able to do that because the game lagged. And now I am one shield behind, which I should have never been there as well. Like I should have never been one shield behind. And this is going to completely ruin this matchup for me. Like, it is literally just ruining the matchup for me. I could just use shields way frequently or like way easier against the opponent. Now I have to be a little bit careful about like how I deal with that Licky and how I just deal in general with the situation that I'm in right now, because I could have just saved a little bit of health still for the final matchup there. But as you can see, the opponent is gonna have to take basically that Brave Bird. Let's see what's going to happen here. Brave Bird going to knock them out. And I still would have a shield at this point. I decided to swap out here. I should have swapped out a little bit earlier to get the Leaf Blade damage off. That is definitely a mistake by me. Like something I could have still definitely got a little bit more damage onto the opponent before they would get back in here. But even if I swap out and go for 2 Leaf Blades, they would be able to farm me down, go for Dazzling Gleam here and win the battle because I don't have the shield that the game just took from me. Final battle, we're going to encounter here Drifblim in the lead. Not ideal at all, but at least I'm going to be able to get some damage against them here already in the beginning with the Awkward Tail, but also I'm going to be able to realign myself. Issue here is this is going to be a team that is quite similar to something that is actually one of my top teams as well, I think it is going to be, which a variation I tried to run as well myself before, which didn't work out, but it was a completely different kind of variation of it, so don't worry, this team definitely can still work out, and I still think that the team that I tried to use would work out under normal circumstances as well, just was a little bit unlucky, which is fine. But as you guys see here, against the Berserker, we are kind of forced to go back into our Gallade. They got a lot of free damage basically as well with that Trailblaze and like the boost to their fast move, which is really annoying for me. So I'm forced to go for a Leaf Blade here to knock them out quite easily. But let's see, they are swap out back into that, yeah, Drifblim. They're going to have a hard answer in the back, and so sadly going to lose the final battle. Again, we would have been definitely way positive with this team if it wasn't for Niantic. I think I would have went 7-4 with this team, so definitely Skarmory has a lot of potential in this meta. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.